But you know, so anyway, Britney. Can I just mention Britney for a minute?
Sure.
I don't want to make you feel sad or bad or however you would feel.
There are my personal questions, which I know you hate answering, but it's part of my job, as you know. Is it frustrating to try to promote an album when all anyone seems to want to talk about is Britney?
You know, it's not as bad as... It's funny because every time someone interviews me, you know, they're like, you know, listen, I really hate to ask this, but... You know, and for me, I'm really indifferent. I mean, about the whole portrayal of me as a playboy, it's funny to me. I don't go out to meet girls. I mean, if I go to a club and I meet a girl, it's not exactly going to be the girl I wanted to take home to mother anyways. And I know that when people hear some of the songs on this record, they're going to associate it with different people. I know someone specifically that they're going to associate some of the songs with. All I can say is, I wrote what was in my heart that came from a place that was genuine.
On Britney's Boys. Hey, I love it. I love it. Oh yeah, good man. All right, here we go.
Now, of course, you did go out with one of your former Mouseketeers, Britney Spears. Was it tough for you at a time when you had the whole world just putting you two under the microscope constantly?
Yeah, I think that takes a toll on anything. You know, not just... I think having a relationship with someone long distance is hard enough, especially being as young as we are, doing it under a microscope with the whole world watching and putting their 2 cents in on what they think it should be. That's obviously, it's different. It's very different.
Harder on you now that you're single or when you were in a relationship?
Honestly, I think it's harder now. I think it's hard. It's actually easier when people knew that me and Britney were together.
Right.
I don't know, for some reason...
Now it's every girl...
I get around.
Right.
You know? And it's like I could...
Writing a couple of the songs on the record really helped me deal with things. You're gone, baby, you're gone. There you go. I just said, what would I feel like if, you know, somebody left me? You know, how would I feel? What kind of sorrow would I be caught in? And that's what that song was about. Originally, I got the idea for Gone when, and obviously I wrote that back when me and Britney were a couple, and she went to the hair salon and said she was gonna be back in a couple hours, got there, decided to get a manicure, pedicure, and wasn't back for like 5. And that's what stemmed the idea for that song. You know, and it's kind of funny if you listen to the lyrics now, you know, maybe I was too blind to see that she needed a change.
Back to when you were 12 and what you thought of her, what it was like.
Oh, I was, you know, obviously the feelings of love weren't as developed as they possibly could be.
At 12?
Yeah, so I was pretty infatuated with her. It was, looking back on it, it definitely had this great expectations vibe to it.
Did you give her her first kiss, or you your first kiss?
I think so. I think I did give her her first kiss.
In the Mickey Mouse Club or before that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you remember it?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Justin and Britney became a couple 4 years later. Britney launched her own recording career and, like Justin, became a rock superstar and a teen idol. They bought a house together, made headlines, and were photographed all over the world. Then 5 months ago, it all fell apart.
Justin, everybody has asked you what went wrong. As much as you can without my asking a dozen questions, because maybe you can just say it once and for all and then the rest of us will never ask another question.
I don't think that'll be the case, but...
Okay.
You know, I remember when we decided that we were going to go our separate ways.
Yeah.
We sat down and I said to her, I said, if there's ever a moment where you ever need me, you can rest assured that I will be there. Because I love you as a person, and I will always love you. But I also said, look, no matter what we say at this point, people are going to speculate things, and I could really get myself in a horrible position if I was to say something and somebody misinterpret it, because that happens all the time. And I promised to her that I wouldn't say specifically why we broke up.
You've been quoted as saying something very bad happened. You can just clear up this. The impression is that Britney did something very bad that hurt you. She had a relationship with somebody else. Was there an incident?
Honestly, I mean, you know, we're not perfect. I don't judge anybody. I think that it's just a situation of, it's just young love. It was a very intense relationship, that's for sure.
So you had your chance to be my lover.
Although Justin says that all the lyrics on his new CD come from his own experience, he denies that any were written specifically for Britney.
And tell her she better just come get you.
Yet when we sat down at the piano and asked him to play something from Justified, he chose instead to play a song that nobody has ever heard before. Interesting lyrics.
Thought our love was so strong. I guess I was dead wrong. But to look at it positively, hey girl, at least you gave me another song about a horrible woman.
The breakup with Britney has been devastating for Justin, and just as with everything else in his life, he turned to his mother for help. When Justin and Britney broke up, and he has said publicly that he cried himself to sleep at night, and it was a broken heart, what did you as a mom say?
You know, I cried with him and said, it'll be okay. You know, tomorrow I'll come. I just want him to be happy. He was heartbroken.
Put your head on Mommy's shoulder.
It was tough for us. It was tough for both of us because I can't stand to see him hurt.
Can you imagine that someday you might be back together again with her, or is it a case now of just a...
That's so tough to say.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point in my life, if you really want to know who my girlfriend is, it's those 13 songs on that CD.
Britney has always said, and I'm quoting, good morals mean waiting to have sex until after you've been married.
I would definitely agree with her on that.
Okay. Did you and she live up to this during your relationship?
Sure. Sure.
Okay, I asked it, you answered, right?
There you go.
We both did our job.
There you go.
So, watching the VMAs the other night, it was like the Justin Timberlake show.
No.
Oh,
no.
yes, it was. Oh, yes. And so it should be. They did.
Oh, thanks.
And every time anyone was on, it was like cutting to you. Like,
weird.
what were you meant to do?
But I think, like, all the camera shots towards me, I was just kind of like, come on.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
Just give me a break. That's
And-
what I kept
And the funny
thinking.
thing was, like, there was so much drama over the kissing on stage, and I was like, not that I didn't, you know, that I was upset about it, I just wasn't impressed.
It's like, you know, when you hear about bands that go into hotel rooms and wreck a hotel room. It's
Right.
like, yeah, and then what?
Right. Right.
Done it, seen it, you know, it's like, come up with something. If you're gonna do it like, you know. I think
I would have, like, yeah, I agree. If you're gonna do it, do it. I would have liked to see some tongue.
Awesome. Just flash something.
Liquor face.
Yes, now
something.
you're talking.
Yeah.
That's
hot. That's hot lesbian action.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about.
Crimea River, that's a beautiful, beautiful video. And
Thank
who's
you.
that about? The hat looked familiar, but I couldn't really... Listen, and you know, about the that kiss thing, I was disgusted as you were.
You know what? I don't think I was disgusted.
No.
I think I was just not impressed. I mean, I expected a lot more.
Yeah?
It's the VMAs, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know. What did you guys think? No? Yes?
I felt it was dirty because your face, I could tell, and I don't even know you. You just look like, get the camera out of my face.
Right. Yeah, that's always so weird when you're at an award show. Award shows anyways are weird, and being there, and it was like every 3 seconds there was a camera right here.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just want to watch the show, guy.
Well, I can't imagine what it's like to have such a public breakup.
people.
You're into signs, right?
Yeah.
Like, for instance, what was that Britney girl? What was she?
She was a Sag. She was a fire sign.
No, that's not going to work, ladies.
Well, morning show. Justin Timberlake is in the house. And I just want to ask you one question. Did you Britney Spears? Yes or no?
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
Okay, I did it. No,